Ha 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 ha. Hello and welcome back to March May's Midlife Dolly Crisis. And today I am giddy with excitement because I'm opening this. So this is a Ursula doll from a line which I presume didn't do very well because they're actually selling these off. I think they were like €30 at one point and they're selling them off for about €9. So obviously I was going to get one. Let me show you, because the packaging is quite interesting. It's got this sort of bit at the front here, which actually you lift up and you can see the doll. She actually is really nice looking. I just really like this doll. I love the face. I love the colour. One of the reasons that I decided I wanted to get an Ursula doll was seeing Toot Sweet's Instagram post of her Ursula dressed in sort of pastel colours. I will put a link to Toot Sweet's Instagram account down below so you can go and have a look. And she also has a really good YouTube channel which I will also put a link down to. But yeah, just kind of redressing her, I'm really looking forward to doing it. I think it's going to be quite exciting. And yeah, here's the back of the box. This is what she looks like. These are quite cheap looking, I think. Not the actual dolls, but certainly the kind of accessories and stuff like that. And certainly the dress, I think, is that kind of really noisy material. That's how I can describe it. You may have seen recently J Dolls UK opening, I think she got 3 of them. She got Ursula, she got Cruella de Vil, and she also got Maleficent. But Maleficent has got these kind of weird wing things attached to her, and I thought, well, I don't really know how I'm going to get them off, or, you know, it seemed it was going to be possible to try and redress her with that. So I actually really liked the sculpt of Ursula, and I may have got the Cruella de Vil one as well, so you'll have to watch another video later on and see if I do have her, because I'll be unboxing her if I do. I obviously do. So yeah, there'll be another unboxing of another villain later on. But yeah, let's get her open and see what we think of her. So here we go. So this is our Ursula doll here in her box. So I'm kind of presuming this line, Villains, Disney Villains by Hasbro, has maybe ended because they've been selling these off, as I mentioned. This particular one was under €10. I think she was like 9 or £8.99, something like that, which is a bit of a shock because I think originally they were sort of around the €30 mark. So yeah, it will be interesting to see actually what the dolls are like. I kind of have an opinion on them already, which I probably shouldn't have, but yeah. So anyway, down at the bottom here it says plastic free packaging, except tape and glue. So that's good. And I do kind of like this whole thing where, you know, people want to see the doll. People don't want to buy something blind and then they get it home and, you know, one eye is wrong or whatever. They want to be able to see what they're getting. So the fact that you can actually just lift it up and have a look and see the doll, I think is pretty good. And done without having, you know, like a plastic window or whatever. So yeah, let's open this gal up and we will see. So obviously we've got images. Ursula is here. Now, you'll have to forgive me because, as you know, I have not seen the Little Mermaid movie. I believe in the film, Ursula disguises herself and becomes a land dweller to kind of spy on Ariel and see what she's up to, as this person here, and I can't remember the character's name, but she's there anyway. So this is the front of the box. That's the side of the box. We've got the image continuing there. The back of the box basically shows you what the doll looks like. So there she is. She's obviously got this dress, and then apparently you can shine this sort of weird mirror thing over her and see different images and stuff. It says in the back, trouble is lurking for every poor soul that knows Ursula's powerful style rules above or below the waves. And then we've got the same in various different languages. It's not for children under 3, which is kind of standard, I think, with these ones with sort of like small bits and bobs to it. On this side here, we have then got another image of Ursula being evil, and Ursula and then her alter ego, whatever they're called. I'm sure you'll be telling me in the comments down below what the character's called. Kind of looking in a mirror and seeing themselves. So I'm going to get this open and we will have a look at the doll and all of her accessories. So once you kind of remove the doll from here, that is basically, you can go straight to recycling. This bit is a kind of a harder cardboard, which is kind of a bit weird. It's weird that this is the harder cardboard and the outer one is kind of the thinner one. The doll is attached here. So she's attached by these kind of paper ties, which we're going to get off now. I mean, it is a really good idea. I know that plastic can be recycled, but I think I'm never convinced. I just worry that if it's got a little bit of paper still attached to it or whatever, they're not going to recycle it, and you know, someone's got to go through all of that, and I just don't. It's kind of. I think if you can avoid using plastic, it's probably better, to be honest. That's kind of what I'm saying, rather than me rambling on. So these are coming out very easily, but you know, they feel fairly tough. It's kind of, you know, rolled paper. So there we go. The doll is free, so that is her. In this bit here, it's meant to have all the accessories in, and you've got this weird mirror thing. Okay, so you remove that. Now, I have to be honest, you might not be able to see it, but this is supposed to reveal things to us. I think it's meant to reveal something on her dress as well. I can see something. You can kind of see where the images are, to be honest. But I'll be damned if I know what the hell I'm looking at, to be perfectly honest. I think, is that I don't know if it's a shell. It might be. I'm not 100% sure, to be fair. On here you can kind of see what the images are. I think this is kind of like a tentacle, or okay, so I think in the film she's got these 2 big eels with her who are like her sort of henchmen or henchfish or whatever, and there's an image there. There's kind of a chain with something attached at the bottom. I mean, I'm having trouble figuring out what it is. I would imagine children are going to have even more of a hassle trying to figure out what they are. Although I guess they might have seen the film, so that would probably help them. There's like a necklace up here. I think it's telling us what we're getting in this. I don't know what that is. It looks like seaweed, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of gimmicky and a bit weird. Oh, shoes. Okay, so there's an image of her on the side here. You can't see any of this. It's probably quite dreary. So let's actually just open this, I guess. So there are windows. A window here. There's a window here and a window here. But to be honest, there's nothing behind the window. It's like an advent calendar where all the bits are falling out. Yeah, I'm not convinced that this really works. Oh look, here's something that's dropped out. So that's great. Maybe they should just have put the accessories in just normally, really. Now, is that that won't open inwards, will it? And there's a big one here at the end. I think she comes with like a trident or something, so You know what, I'm just going to get this stuff out and then we'll have a look at her and the accessories. That will be so much easier, I think. Okay, so here obviously is Ursula and here's her accessories. So let's open the accessories up and see what she's got. So, to be honest, in the end, I basically just cut that box bit open and just fished all of these out. It was a lot easier. I didn't mean to say the word fished. It just came out. I'm sorry. It's a bit insensitive. Anyway, so she has a cauldron here, which is made of a hard plastic. So that is that. I mean, a lot of these things you can kind of use, I suppose, as sort of background things in pictures. It'd be good for Halloween as well. So this is a necklace. So this has actually got a gold detail on it, if you can see it. There we go. So I think she wears this in the film, and this is what she wears to transform herself into the lady. So it's got this kind of gold shell on it, which is quite good. It's quite nice that they've actually put that detail on. Let's actually put it on her, shall we? You see, so she's already got purple skin, and then they've made that purple as well. Actually, it fits her quite well. It's quite nice. There we go. So that is that. These, I believe, are her shoes, which is obviously an interesting choice, seeing as in the film she doesn't even have feet, does she? She's like a tentacle lady. So yeah, I suppose that's interesting. Although they have made these like tentacles, so that is quite funny. So there's kind of like a... There you go. So the front of it has kind of got like a tentacle with suckers on. The back has got... I don't know what that is. I'm not sure you can see it properly either. It looks like a little person, but is it a frog or something? I have no clue. I have no clue what that is. The back bit looks like a shell, I suppose. I guess if you've seen the film, it might ring a bell with you. Also, check out the pictures at the end because you might see them better that way. So let's pop these on her feet. There we go. And then lastly, we have got her trident. So I don't know if she has this in the film or not. You'll have to let me know. I put tape around the damn thing, 'cause that's annoying. I could just cut it, but that would be what a sensible person would do, wouldn't it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So this is actually quite nice. It's quite well detailed as well. It's a shame they didn't colour the top bit in maybe like a silver or something. But that said, it's got some nice details on. It's got like a sort of tentacle wrapping itself around the top. And it's got kind of like barnacles and stuff kind of stuck to it, which is quite clever. The only thing I've noticed is I don't think she can actually hold this. Actually, maybe she can get her hand in that bit. Her limbs are quite stiff as well, I've noticed. Can she get that on her hand? Not really, because she just ends up stabbing herself in the face, which I'm sure isn't what she intended. It's fine. She can kind of just balance it against herself, I suppose, when she's standing up. Actually, let's see if she can stand on her own. Oh, that's quite clever. She can actually stand on her own, so that's good. I'm not saying she would stand forever like that, but yeah, that's quite good that she can do. Let's have a look at the doll herself. So, she's wearing a hairnet, which I think is quite fun. But obviously that's not meant to be on there, so we can remove that. Let's take the necklace off as well, because it's going to fall all over the place at the moment. So the dress, as I mentioned, the clothing on these are not great. They're quite, it's that kind of plasticky, sort of noisy material. The bottom of it is not hemmed, it's just a raw edge. We do have this sort of lace detail down the front, which I suppose is meant to represent the scales. Not the scales, sorry, the tentacles. There's kind of like tentacle patterns down the front and all the way round. There, you can probably see it better there. Which I suppose they've kind of done because they probably didn't know how they could do it with tentacles, especially if they want to give her nice shoes and stuff like that. Unless they give her like 10 pairs and she can put them on each tentacle. She's then got this kind of bustier part of her dress. This is the part where if you put this weird, like a 3D glasses lens over it, you can kind of see something, but I don't know. I think it might be a shell, but I'm not 100% sure what it's meant to be. Or it might be a tentacle. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So as for the doll herself, obviously she's this really nice kind of like lilac colour, which I do really like. Her face mould for me, I think, is pretty good. I've seen clips of her in the film, obviously, and I know that she is a lot bigger in the movie, but obviously they haven't done that for the doll. I don't know. I think if you wanted one which was movie accurate, you'd probably have to spend a bit more. I think they are out there. I did see a few on eBay where basically most of the body is kind of like a plushie almost, in that it's kind of, it's black fabric and then it comes down into sort of tentacle bits. I think there's this whole thing where the tentacles seem to be part of the outfit, which I don't really understand. And having seen the doll of the new Ursula in the live action film, it seems that they've done the same thing, which is a bit weird because the tentacles are surely not part of her outfit. They're surely part of her. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, let's have a look at her face close up, because that I think is the best part of her. She's got this sort of wicked grin. She's got blushing on her cheeks. She's got a beauty mark there. She's also got tiny little ears. And she's got arched eyebrows, which obviously every villainess would have. She's got purple eyeshadow, which obviously goes with her colour scheme. I just stupidly like her. And she's got a head that sort of tilts as well, so she can be very sympathetic. Let's take the hairnet off. I also really liked her hair as well, because it's got that kind of colour through it. I think you probably don't need to wash it, to be honest. There is product in it, but it doesn't seem to be that much. And you don't want it to be too flat, because it's meant to be a bit kind of like she's underwater, like, ooh, you know, I'm swimming around with my tentacle dress. So yeah, so that is her with her amazing hair. I would love hair like that. I am going grey, that some of you may have noticed, mainly at the sides, but I would love to have, it would be nice to have white hair like this, and then be able to put like a colour in it or something, like a blue rinse. So let's have a look at our articulation. We're going to focus? We're back again. Let's take the dress off. The dress is cheap, but I didn't pay that much for her, so I suppose I shouldn't really grumble too much about that. So she is bigger than the average doll. She's certainly got kind of big thighs and big legs. She hasn't got like, actually, I was going to say she hasn't got a thin waist, but she kind of, her body isn't actually that big, I suppose. So I do kind of see the argument of why she's not great. Her arms are a bit chunky, but they're not, again, they're not like, they're not big. They're not that big, not really. She's kind of like an average size woman, I would have thought, to be fair. Articulation wise, so her legs will kind of go, will they go forward? Yeah, see, she's not really got great articulation. She can sit down like that, like a proper lady would sit. But that's not amazing. Obviously she's not used to having legs, because she's used to having sort of tentacles instead. So yeah, so her legs are a bit kind of not great. Her arms, again, they literally just go back and forth. They're actually really stiff, which is odd. So yeah, she only really has the 5 points of articulation, which are kind of the thighs, and the hips and the shoulders with the arms. And yeah, the arms, they aren't great. I do quite like what they've done with the hands, the way they're kind of posed. The head, I'm kind of glad she's got that pivoty thing, because that's always really nice on a doll. But yeah, so she can only really do that. She can't, she can turn it. She can't go up any, but she can go from side to side. So, as I mentioned in my intro, one of the reasons I wanted to get her was because I'd seen Toot Sweet on her Instagram page redress the doll. So I thought I would attempt to do it. Now, I've picked out a few items because I thought, oh, let me try and find some things that might fit her. I'm not now convinced that any of the things are going to fit her that I've got. So, I did pick out a few bits. This is from a Blythe doll, and because it's kind of a bit bigger, I thought, oh, maybe that'll fit her. I think there is no way that is going over those arms. You know what, let's just give it a go. I think it's going to be like a mini dress on her. So this is from my Fanny Flamingo Blythe doll. Oh, actually, maybe. See, I don't really want to bend it out of shape too much because obviously Fanny will want it back. Oh, okay, so that's actually, that is not a bad fit, to be fair. I was thinking that's not going to work. See, I think that wouldn't, she'd be a bit more approachable, I think, because she looks like she's on a cruise. I could imagine her and Cruella being two boozy old broads on the Love Boat, causing mayhem wherever they go. So that's kind of cute. I think that works for her, so that's nice. I did actually pick up some shoes, which I wasn't sure about. These were from Kim's box of Dolly Delights. They're kind of cowboy boots. I'm not sure if they're going to actually work, because she's got sort of like high-heeled feet. But we will try, we will see. Oh, they do kind of work. I mean, it's an interesting look for her. She won't stand now, unfortunately. I think because she's got high-heeled feet. These are not for high-heeled feet. I think Kim mentioned these were from a Creatable World pack. So, I think those dolls have articulated ankles, but they're not necessarily kind of in high heels and stuff like that. So they maybe don't work that well. Okay, so this does work. So I do have a few other pieces we can try. So I'm kind of delighted with that. It comes off easier than it goes on, that's for sure. So that is that. See, I've got this, but I don't think, again, this is going to go over the arms. This, see, Velcro's all at the back. Actually, maybe it will. Let's have a look. Oh. Oh. Oh, so it won't do at the waist. If you just look at her from the front, though, she looks cute in this. This is nice. Yeah, I like that on her as well. It does just give you kind of an idea of how big she is, because I wasn't sure if maybe stuff that a curvy Barbie would wear would also fit her. I think she's a bit of a unique shape, I would say, because her body isn't that big and her arms aren't really that big, but her thighs do come out a lot. So I would imagine getting trousers to fit her would be an issue. So I've got this. This was from a curvy Barbie. The only thing is, it kind of blends in with her skin a bit, doesn't it? Does it go, oh, it doesn't go all the way down, but this I would imagine is going to fit her. This was one of those t-shirt dresses, which obviously you know I love so much. So here she is, looking great. Brilliant. There we go. Unicorn Believer. Excellent. Well, that fits her. So I would imagine anything else which was for a curvy Barbie is going to fit her. Maybe. Actually, let me see. This is from a curvy Barbie as well. I'm not as convinced. I'm not as convinced. So this is a like a bodysuit or a play suit. There we go. So look, she could go to the disco like this. She'd have to wear these shoes, unless these do kind of work. It's just that she can't stand in them. That's the only problem. But if I had like a doll stand for her, she would stand up in those, I'm sure. So yeah, so that is cute. That is cute on her, I think. Okay, so I just wanted to show you a very quick comparison body-wise from a curvy Barbie, who is this girl here, she's one of the Lux dolls, to Ursula's body here. So there isn't actually much difference in them, and the black jumpsuit which this girl came in actually does fit Ursula very well, and it does actually really suit her. I actually also teamed it with these boots when I tried them on. Let me just pop them on now so you can see what they look like. I'm actually quite giddy. It's so silly. It's just really nice to know that I have clothes for her. And it's just so fun dressing this doll up. I mean, it's even nicer that she was literally like under a tenner. But look at this. She'd be great in the disco dressed like this. That, you know, you could imagine her one night on the cruise, boogieing down with the captain of the ship. So that fits her well as well. And there's one other outfit I'm going to try on her. I'm going to put this lady to one side so that she doesn't have to show the world everything that she's got. And I'll be right back in another outfit. Well, I won't be. She will be. But there we go. Okay, so here is the last outfit I'm going to put her in. So basically these were some leggings which I bought from Etsy to fit the curvy Barbie. She's wearing those boots again because I kind of just like her in them really. And this was sort of a jumper that I knitted. It kind of fits Cindy's and, you know, various other dolls. I really like this doll. I love the idea of dressing her in kind of regular clothes as well. One other thing I should mention is her arms do actually move in a different direction. They move outwards as well. So they kind of move upwards and they move back and forth. But they don't kind of move within the ball socket thing in that, you know, you can't... Or maybe you can. But you have to kind of go down first and then go up and then over. Yeah, so it doesn't kind of... It kind of moves up. And then it kind of moves around and you can kind of get it to go that way. But it's not as easy as when you're moving a fashionista Barbie kind of around at the shoulder where it will basically go in all directions. She is a bit stiff anyway, so I don't know if that's anything to do with it. I think one of the things I should have mentioned, my obsession with Ursula as a character, as a kind of an image, I suppose, is kind of fed on the whole idea that she was sort of influenced by Divine, the drag queen, who you might be familiar with. She was in a lot of John Waters movies, most of them in fact. She was the original Edna Turnblad in the Hairspray movie, the original film that got Ricky Lake in. She was in a lot of as I say, many films with John Waters. Her whole image was kind of designed partly on Divine, so that is one of the things that also draws me to the doll. I am a bit obsessed. Sorry but not sorry. Let me know what you think of her in the comments down below. I am stupidly obsessed with her now, having tried about 100 outfits on her. She just seems so fun, and it's just kind of, it's kind of nice when you buy a doll and they just make you smile, and she just makes me smile. So yeah, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please share the video. A big thank you to Toot Sweet, who originally kind of provided the idea with the pictures that she put on her Instagram. As I say, I will put links down to her channel and her Instagram account below. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I try and do a video every week, so normally kind of around Thursday, Friday time they'll drop. And yeah, so please join me for my next video. I will be here. Ursula might even be here because, as I say, I'm kind of a bit obsessed with her now. She might not be here actually, but you haven't seen the last of her, put it that way. So until the next time, have a great week and I will see you soon. So from me and Ursula, bye, bye, bye.